Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi.
Matthew 5. And seeing the multitudes, he went up into a mountain, and when he was set, his disciples came unto him, and he opened his mouth, and taught them, saying, Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are they that mourn, for they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. He withdraweth not his eyes from the righteous, but with kings are they on the throne, yea, he doth establish them forever, and they are exalted.
Ever since I was born, I've been trained to serve you.
Isaiah 32. Behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
What are we fighting for, brothers? We're fighting for a righteous world. 2 Peter 3:13, we're fighting for a world of total righteousness. We're fighting for a world where we're going to be exalted, where we're going to be lauded, where we're going to be praised as the people of the Most High, as the Israelites, as the elect of the nation of Israel. Think about that, man. The elect of the nation of Israel, part of the 144,000. Think about that. Huh? That alone should inspire you. There's even a song, man, oh, when the saints come marching in. We're those saints that's going to come marching in. Oh, I want to be in that number. We're in that number. We believe that according to faith. Come on, brothers.
Shalom to elective Israel, to the hopeful elected Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. I want to give all praises to Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi, Barak Yahawah, Barak Yahawashi. Got to give all praises to Yahawah Bahasham, Yahawashi Bahasham Rakaha Qadash. I'm going to give double honors to the elders and apostles. A great millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord willing, we part of that number. Lord willing, us be edifying to those who fear the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities. His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Edges chapter 5, verse 42. So, Lord willing, us edifying to the flock. I wanted to go into, a testimony that I had about a dream I had last night. Well, really coming into this morning, I suppose, but it was a really long dream. And, I had a dream like this before. And it was when I was in a way more tougher situation than I am now. The Lord has done many things to put me in a better position. But the first time I ever had a dream like this, I was on the other side of town, and like I said, I was in a tough situation. I got a video, but I might go post it in the comment board for those who wasn't there to see it. But this is the second time I've had a dream like this, but it was a little different. And I was like, every time I went to sleep, I ended up in this house. But it was like, some reason it felt like it was my house. you know, and it was pretty big, you know, and it had, you know, I had a backyard and whatnot, and there was like, it was people there, like some of them looked like Jake, some of them looked like Edomites, you know. I really feel like those are the foreign Israelites, but they all looked like, you know, we was just, you know, in our own little section of the house, you know, chilling, you know. And I was in this room, and like it was like a room that like didn't have nothing in it. And then like I walked outside, and there was like this real huge, like gigantic air mattress in the corner of I don't even know why, but it was like in the corner of the wall over there. And then like I had this big, huge inflated pool. Like everything was like inflated for some reason, you know, or whatever. I don't know why, but the point is, it's like in this house, it was my house, but like inside that house, like when I went into this room and sat down, and there's somebody came in there, and they were like, "What are you doing?" I don't know who they was, you know, anybody. I don't like know them by face, but like I was like, "Watch this!" Like I knew what I was doing or something. And I sat down and I closed my eyes, and a screen like popped up, and like it took me to another house where I was like building stuff, and he could see it. Okay, and it was just real vivid, you know, kind of what happened in it. And it just looked like everybody was like, you know, nobody was like in danger or anything. You know, it kind of reminded me of like just some of the things in the kingdom that whatever we came to mind in our heads here, like the kingdom's gonna like over exceed that, you know. And it was just real vivid. And it wasn't like the last dream I had. The last dream, you know, I felt like, you know, it was like, since I was in a more dire situation, you know, it was more like a test. But this one was more like the Lord he was like showing me like, you know, some of the things he's capable of, you know. And of course, you know, in this world, we know Esau Edom is going to try to use things like that to basically, you know, like you're going to try to use stuff like that to make it look like the C-hip is something cool. But I didn't feel like that was what that was. You know, it was more just like visions, you know, inside of visions. And I went in. I think I fell back asleep maybe 2 or 3 times and went through this same, was in that same house and was able to like travel around and from that house, like, you know, to other places, you know. It kind of felt like I was in the spirit world, you know, in a way. And, you know, so I just wanted to put some precepts about it. You know, I've had a lot of dreams in the last week, and I feel like this is the one that I wanted to bring across because some of them didn't really mean nothing, you know. Some of them was just like, you know, whatever, you know. But I thought this one was a pretty good dream for me to bring across. And I'm going to put in some precepts about it. So 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9. I don't really have like very long, vivid dreams, and that one was like, you know, the Lord was wanting me to understand something, you know, and I just feel like, you know, it was just, you know, for a good testimony to talk about a few precepts, you know, concerning Bahasham, Yahawashi, and the things that he's like, the things that we're going to be capable of in the kingdom. Like, we're going to be able to do stuff that we could even, like, you know, that we never imagined on earth. So 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 9, but as it is written, I have not seen, nor ear heard, neither have entered into the heart of man the things which the Most High prepared for them that love him, right? So there's going to be things that we get in the kingdom ain't nobody ever even thought about, you know, and, you know, it's pretty cool to especially be in our captivity, and then, like, you know, he comes to us through these visions and dreams and, like, shows us things, you know, little hints and secrets of things. Because I've even, my rib, she had dreams too of, like, you know, Jacob's trouble and whatnot, and, you know, certain scenes and things that were real specific as well, you know, that happened, that we don't know if it's going to happen like that, but, you know, glory, man, he'll do some things through dreams to get you to have a vision, to be able to visualize what we're preparing for. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool that, you know, it was like almost like I was able to like travel around and be somewhere else at the same time, but like know what I'm doing in both those places. Like it was, you know, and I was like talking outside myself, like, you know, cause see myself talking to this guy about it, whoever this person was, you know, and there was a bunch of foreign Israelites in there, you know, and really when it comes down to it, you know, we're all Gentiles coming back into the truth, you know, because we were all cast out. So I wanted to make that point out, you know, as well, you know, because it said the whole head was sick. So I want to pull up these precepts. But it just, you know, that dream showed me, like, you know, we're all going to be back together in the kingdom and there ain't going to be no worries, you know, in my mind, you know, and we'll be able to have powers to do certain things. So Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11, for I know the thoughts that I think towards you, saith the Lord, Yahawashi, the believers, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So we know that whatever happens to us through Jacob's trouble and these trials that we go through, in the end, we're going to be in the kingdom for following Yahawashi, you know, and sticking with his word, you know, and ultimately because we are the seed line of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because, you know, if we weren't, we wouldn't be doing this, because it says the wicked shall not understand. So we know that the Lord is giving us an opportunity to gain salvation. So we want to take that seriously and push on. So verse 12, let me get to it. Then ye shall come upon me, then shall ye come call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. Right? And the Lord hears our prayers. So it's also very important to ask the Lord to give you strength, things like that, because he's going to send you trials. And if you pass those trials, he'll do things for you. You know, he'll bless you with certain things. He'll give you rest in certain ways. You know, and I felt pretty well rested. I didn't even sleep nothing but 6 hours. But at that dream, it felt like I was in that dream for a long time. Like, it was the first time I ever had like a very long dream like that. Very vivid. And I didn't want to get into the details of it. You know, I want to stick more to the scriptures. So Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 13, and ye shall seek me and find me, and when ye search for me with all your heart, your mind, lob. So that you got to put your all into this, you know, to get that. You know, you get to really find Yahawashi and Yahawashi. You know, we can't find him unless he wants us to, and he wants us to. Why? Because he's put us in that spirit to seek him with everything we got. John chapter 14, verse 2, in my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go prepare a place for you. And that's what it kind of looked like. It looked like a little mini like mansion inside a mansion. Like it was just real vivid, you know. Everything was really in detail. And like there was like an outside one, like I said, it had a bunch of air mattress looking stuff everywhere. But it looked like real nice. Like it was real silky and you know, there are some little children jumping on them and stuff and whatnot, and over here in the corner, and you know, there's some people airing up the pool like they was getting it ready. But then, like when I went to this other like place inside that place was like way more nice, you know. So it was just, you know, it was pretty cool. You know, I didn't feel like I was being tested or nothing. It was just like the Lord just giving me a cool dream, I guess I would say. You know, it was pretty cool, real vivid. And there's another dream I had. It was only one time I ever had powers, and it looked like I was trying to go into like a facility or something, and they had all these jewels in there, and there was this knight or this guard, and he tried to like stop me from getting that stuff, and I like, you know, I threw a bunch of gold on him and took a bunch of necklaces and tried to run out of there. But you know, it kind of reminds me of you know, the wicked, the treasures of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. You know, because it seemed like it wasn't like, you know, It was like I was taking back something that, it looked like King Solomon's treasure in there. It was a whole lot of, man, it was vivid. And like the difference between these dreams and all my other dreams, like I could feel stuff. Like when I tried to touch the bed, I could feel it. And like when I was in it, like, I don't even know. It was just, it's almost unexplainable to a point. But anyways, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there ye may be also. And that's how Yahawashi is. He's everywhere, and it's gonna be like pretty cool. When we get to the kingdom, you're gonna probably be able to be in, in more than one place at one time. Who knows? But if my mind can think of it, then I know the Most High's thought about it. Doesn't mean that it's gonna be there, but it's just it's something to visualize. We're gonna be able to do things we couldn't even think of. So James 1 verse 17, every good gift and every perfect gift is from above, and cometh down from the Father of lights, with whom is no variableness, neither shadow of turning. You see, so like dreams are also gifts from the Most High too. That gives you insight. That's what it was. That's what faith is. It's a spirit. And when you have dreams and stuff, the spirit is basically receiving something from the Most High. The Most High is bringing that spirit in you so you can receive something. Whatever that may be. Sometimes it's to tell you to prepare yourself. Sometimes it can just be, something that doesn't mean nothing at all. But there's a lot of times that, like we know in the scriptures, that there's many dreams that many dreams that the elders and apostles have gotten in the times before this and didn't understand them. So sometimes, they do make sense, but just to us, our minds are just, we're not as vast as the Most High. Our thoughts are not His thoughts. I want to pull that up too. So 2 Timothy chapter 3 verse 12 says, but you got to remember this, yea, and all that will live godly in Hamashiach Yahawashi. Hamashiach is anointed, which means Christ. Okay, or Christ means Hamashiach, which means anointed one. Yahawashi shall suffer persecution. Right, so we got to know that the Lord might give us things to comfort us, but we still have to keep ourselves in a mindset and be prepared that we're going to get persecuted. So I'm going to pull this up. Didn't try to make this too long. I got a busy day today. Okay. And it reads, for my thoughts, Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. Let me see. I act right. Isaiah chapter 55, verse 8. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord Bahasham Yahawashi. See? So, we know that the things that we're going to see in the kingdom are going to be completely different than anything we couldn't imagine, man. Outside the scriptures. We can know it to an extent, So 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 12. Beloved, think not this strange, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you as though some strange things happen to you, right? So we're going to go through this trial and whatnot, but at the end, He has expected peace towards His elect, and Lord will be part of that number. Verse 13, but rejoice in so much as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's suffering. See, that's why we had to do it. Because that's the only way we can be one with the Father, is go through it with Him. We had to go through these sufferings to get to the kingdom and through peace, in that peace, that He, in some ways, He'll give us pieces of it on the way through our sufferings, that when His glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. You know, because He's going to take care of us, man. He's always taking care of us. Revelation, only got a couple more precepts. Revelation chapter 21, verse 4. And it reads, and the Most High shall wipe away all the tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain in the former things, for the former things have passed away. And that's kind of how I felt in that dream too, as well. You know, like I was in a place where, you know, like I didn't feel like it was, you know, it was a peaceful place, you know, and like I couldn't really see what was around me, but you know, it looked like a little mini palace, you know, and inside that palace, I used that one to go to the real one. Like, it was kind of like that. It was, man, Most High, man, He be doing stuff, man, you know. So I just thought it'd be one of the good dreams to point out there, since I've had several. So, this is the part I want to talk about as saying, you know, we're Gentiles, basically. So Romans chapter 11, verse 13, for I speak to you Gentiles, much as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify mine office. That's talking about Paul, right? And why would the Lord have Paul go teach the heathens? He's dope. It says that no other nation is known the Lord other than Israel, like in Amos 3, verse 2. So we know those Gentiles are talking about the Israelites that were alienated from Israel. And who was cast out of Israel? All of us. We're all cast out of Israel. So we're those Gentiles coming back in. Okay? The ones who were Hellenized by the Roman Empire. And you know, you had also some Israelites that were in there still keeping the customs and whatnot. But it was hard to, because you would get punished severely, you know? So a lot of us had already just been, you know, in a different way. And then you got the foreign Israelites, you know, the ones who look like the other nations. But, you know, when it comes down to it, we're all Gentiles coming back in. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are in my flesh, that I might save some of them. And that's what Paul was trying to do. And he's only going to be able to save who? Nobody. Yahawah is going to save them, the elect. You know, but he's trying to bring them to the Lord to save them. Basically what I'm saying. Verse 15, for if the casting away of them be the reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead? Right? We're going to get to the point. It says, for if the first fruit be holy, what's the first fruit? The elect. The lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches, right? And it says, and if some of the branches were broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, you know, and the Lord cast out all Israel, man. He were grafted in among them, with them partakers of the root and the fatness of the olive tree. Verse 18, boast not against the branches. Basically, you know, don't be bragging about you in the, you know, you done made it to the kingdom and they haven't, you know, the ones who were cut off. But if thou boast, because the ones that were cut off was us, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Right? And especially what he's saying. Wilt thou say then the branches were broken off? It says, thou wilt say then the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in. See, so that's how we are able to come back in to this truth. We had to fall away first. And I'm going to prove that in a second. Just want to read a little bit more and get to a point. Well, because of unbelief they were broken off. And thou standest by faith, be not high-minded, but fear. Okay? And the ones that are being broken off right now, you know, and that aren't being grafted in is the 2/3, but they're going to be grafted in after. This is the mark of the beast, and the intercontinental ballistics says, take heed, lest he also spare not thee. Right? So we're supposed to be diligent in this thing, because he might not spare us either. Verse 22, behold, therefore, the goodness and severity of the Most High on them which fell, severity, but toward thee goodness, if thou continue in his goodness, otherwise thou shalt be cut off. So we got to continue in this thing. We got to continue serving the Lord. Verse 23, and they also, if they abide still not in unbelief, shall be grafted in, for the Most High is able to graft them in again. Right? And it reads, for if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and wert grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree? And this is basically what it's saying. It's saying, for I would not, brethren, least that you should be ignorant of this mystery, lest you should be wise in your own conceits, that blindness in part is happened to Israel, right? 2/3, until the fullness of the Gentiles be coming in. And that's talking about us coming back into this truth, man. After we were casted out, there's going to be a certain amount of elect who were cast out are going to be grafted in, shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come Jacob, all of Jacob. So this is how you know that the 2/3 is going to come back in the kingdom after destruction. We're all being basically grafted back in, because this is what the Lord said in Isaiah. Let's do Isaiah first. And now I got one more precept and I'm done. Chapter 1, verse 5. And it reads, why should ye be stricken any more? Ye will not revolt more and more. The whole head is sick. The whole heart is faint. So see, we were all casted out, man. And the Lord bring us back in through the Qadash. That's the start of being able to come back into the graces of the Most High. Verse 6, from the sole of the foot even to the head, there is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound up, neither mollified with ointment. See, so this is where all those Gentiles that the Lord is speaking of being grafted in, not the heathens. Verse 7, your country is desolate, your cities are burned with fire, your land, strangers devoured in your presence. What's that talking about? The land of Israel. Them people over there that's saying that Israel right now dropping white phosphorus bombs on Gaza. Okay, those are basically the Germans or the Amalek, the first descendants of Esau. Okay, they're Edomites. The Germans are Edomites too, right? As overthrown by strangers, and we were. So that's why we're Gentiles being grafted back in now. So 1 Thessalonians. And this also shows it as well, and then I'm done. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first. And we seen in Isaiah, there was that falling away first, right? And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Who's that talking about? Esau, even the so-called white man. Who opposeth, verse 4, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, who says they're better than all so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American, West Indian Haitians, the so-called white man, or that is worship, who 2/3 worship, the so-called white man. So he that he as the Most High sinneth in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. So basically, that's saying like the Lord is showing us that he's the Most High by having these heathens rule over us, man, the basis of men. That's how he's showing us. He's showing his elect, like, to be humble, because he can set it up and exalt whoever he wants into the temple, whoever he wants, the rulers, but we know ultimately Jacob's going to be those rulers, because that's what the Lord ultimately wants. He said he was going to save us for his name's sake. You know what? I'll go ahead and pull that up, and then I'm going to get out. So that's a good one. That's how we know he's going to do it. This is the good one, yeah. This is Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 22. There's one in Isaiah too, but I want to do 30. I want to do the one in Ezekiel. I gotta go get some stuff done, and Lord will not be able to do camp, later on. So Ezekiel chapter 36, verse 22, therefore say unto the house of Israel, thus saith the Lord Yahawashi, I do this not for your sakes, O house of Israel, but for my holy name's sake, which ye have profaned among the heathen, whither you went. Okay, he said he made the world for Israel's sake, but he's going to save us for his sake. Okay? So that's how we know he's going to do it. We can expect that because he said he was going to do it. He's not going to prove himself wrong. He's going to do it. He's going to save all of Israel. Just only 1/3 on this side. So Lord wouldn't be part of that number. Shalom to elect Israel, to the hopeful elect Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians, and the foreign Israelites that look like the other nations scattered across the four corners of the earth. Want to give all praise to Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Barak, Yahawah, Barak, Yahawashi. Got to give all praise to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Qadash. Want to give double honors to the elders and apostles, a great millstone led me to this truth and been ordained by the Lord to teach the flock how to live, repent, pray, fast, and show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, wouldn't we part of that number? Lord, wouldn't this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness and mercy, judgment, forgiveness, and wrath to all those who are part of the elect and to the hopeful elect. Lord, wouldn't we part of that number? Lord, wouldn't this be edifying to those who fear in the name of the Lord and are striving to show forth the Lord's righteousness every day to the best of their abilities? His judgment always comes to light. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 5, it is not slack. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 9 is unto a ring. 2 Peter chapter 5, verse 42. Why above a ball the water for everybody that came across conboard and tuning in. Yahawashi, Barak, Atham. And, Lord will knows edifying y'all. I try to share my dreams that, are, put the Spirit on me to put scriptures into. So, Wa above ball, Kwam Yasharala. And Lord willing, we'll be able to exalt the name Yahawashi later on today and yet another day if we make it through this one. Shalom.